So we went on a little adventure this afternoon, and we scored a 300 for amazingly low price of $1,600, and
1650.
$1,650. Okay, Mr. Technical.
He said he wouldn't give it to us if we didn't give him the extra $50.
Yeah. we need
So what's so
$50.
good about this thing? It's just a 300. Is that gold?
It's a horrifically painted 6.1 intake manifold, and yes, this is a true SRT-8 300. It has some running issues. We're going to get to the bottom of it and see what's going on. I don't think it's going to be much. I hope not. But we couldn't pass up the price for this car. Has some bad stuff, you know, little body damage, back window busted out, but this is all we cared about. So those of you who follow the Gen 3 Hemi, you know that the 6.1 is heavily sought after. The aluminum intake manifold, I mean, that alone brings about $600. So
yeah, and how much more when it's gold?
it depends on what carat it is. You know, it could be like 24, it could be 16, 14, you know, it just depends, right? I think it looks hideous, but
yeah, it's pretty bad actually.
yeah, that's pretty gross.
I don't know. Hopefully we can clean that up.
Yeah. So some stuff's missing, the half covers, the coil covers and stuff. But
that's the best part too. Golly. So what the mechanics say? So we got it from a shop. Well, the guy had it at a shop. He actually had it at 2 shops.
Yeah.
So first shop actually swapped out his old 6.1 because it had, I don't know, a whole bunch, like the crankshaft had like shavings and I don't know, it was
So the first
really
shop's
bad.
actually friends of ours, and you know, really good, capable people. I think it was maybe a budget limitation. They didn't want to go too deep into finding what was wrong with this used engine.
Yeah.
The customer, that is. I did hear, Mike, you don't know this yet, but this does have Stanky Motorsports trunnion gussets on the valve train. So it actually has some little things upgraded underneath it that is not seen. So there's some stuff that really came with this engine that's valuable, right? So like I said,
like he had it installed, or it actually already was in.
I don't know if he had them installed or if they were in the engine. So the engine supposedly, and underneath the valve cover we see where it was written, this came out of a 2010 Jeep SRT.
I see that.
So we'll see. It might be a hunk of junk, but it was worth the gamble.
And if you guys notice something wrong here with a 6.1, check out those valve covers. Blake, what was it? These are typically like a textured powder coated black. These appear to be, I can't tell right now, but they appear to be the plastic valve covers. So 6.1s typically, and this body style, they typically had cast aluminum valve covers instead of plastic. These look like plastic to me, especially with the webbing that you see right here on the sides of them. The cast aluminums don't have this webbing right here because they don't need the additional support as plastic does. So there's some hodgepodge going on in here, stuff that's not perfect, but we will get to the bottom of it. yeah.
6.1 is worth the price of admission. The interior actually is in pretty good shape.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Yeah, it's not bad. There's some dog food smeared on the front bumper.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
Pretty gross.
There it is.
But for the price of admission, interior's pretty clean.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. The rear seat's in really good shape. A little bit of tear on the driver's side.
Yeah, it's got a tear right there. Got the badass SRT-8 seats, which could bring in some money.
Yeah, so you have the suede inserts or Alcantara inserts. So it's actually pretty nice seats and not too bad.
Where it kind of sucks is when you get to the back.
Yeah. Oh, it does have the center console DVD player.
Come on.
Yeah. So
Factory?
Yeah, you see the DVD slot on the center console. So that's some good options. That's some good stuff. Here you can see back glass busted out.
Yeah. This is what we didn't know about. All this stuff. The guy said, "Oh, everything's in good shape. The body's in good shape." We're actually gonna give him $2,000, and we saw this. We saw that, and that was really bad because I mean, now you got water leaking inside.
Yeah.
So we were originally thinking about, hey, we can get this engine running, get a nice SRT-8 back on the road, and that's what we wanted.
We could save it, right? That was a thought. But it may be a little too far gone. So it may just give up its powertrain and a couple other goodies. The SRT wheels, the interior may go to a new home.
Yeah, those wheels are really nice. I do like them. I don't know. I mean, let us know in the comments, guys. What do y'all think? Is it worth saving, you think? You think we could put a back glass on there for about, what, 300 bucks maybe? The interior is still, it's actually in really decent shape. I mean, it's dirty, but, you know.
It'll clean.
It'll clean up.
Just different stuff. The molding was removed. Some of the paint came along with it.
Yeah. So tell us, so it went to a second shop after the first shop. Basically swapped the engine, couldn't get it running. He brought it to a second shop. And what'd that guy say?
He said he believes that it is flooding on the passenger side, so the even bank. You could definitely smell fuel in the oil, so it is just pouring fuel from the injectors into the cylinders with no ignition. So no telling what's going on there. We'll put it on the scanner and try to get to the bottom of it.
He said it'll run, right? He said it'll run.
If you leave your foot in the gas, it'll run. So.
But he said it runs like shit, and it'll keep pouring gas on the entire bank on one side.
Right, runs really rich on one side. You could smell it. It's one of those things. Once we figure out the issue, we're going to immediately change the oil in the engine, and get rid of the fuel that's in that oil. It's just not good. You get washed down of the lubrication on the piston rings, all that stuff. You don't want to wash out any cylinders.
So what are your thoughts off the bat, Blake, in terms of like quick things that you're going to try to see if you can try to troubleshoot and get it running?
First thing I'm going to do is look at the wiring for the passenger side oxygen sensor and see if we could find what the fuel trims are doing. So we'll put it on the scan tool and see what the computer is commanding, the ECM's commanding on that side of the engine, both sides actually. And do some basics. Take off the valve covers, check all of the springs, the rocker arms, all that good stuff, and make sure that it's not something physical. Make sure it's something electrical.
Sounds good. Guys, tell us what you think in the comments. Tell us what you think might be wrong with it based off of what we're saying.
Big body can't stop.
We think it's a solid deal. I mean, 1650, 07, 300C, SRT-8. I mean, what do y'all think, guys? Are we stupid?
No.
Blake's excited. We never had a 6.1 for us. For us.
We've had customers with 6.1, but this is ours.
This is gonna be ours. So who knows? We might find another home for this engine once we get it running. But yep, stay tuned for more, guys.